Hello, LinkedIn Network. This is Emery Toker. Those of you who know me know that I've been involved in entrepreneurship now for the last 33 years as an active founder, entrepreneur, as an investor, as an educator of entrepreneurship at various universities, etc. So during that time, if I may say, I pretty much saw everything that could be seen in the world of entrepreneurship, the serious ones, the not so serious ones, the fluff, the hand waving, the feel good entrepreneurship, the hype, then the ones that were truly resilient and despite all the difficulties made it through, etc., etc. And in the fourth quarter of life now, I decided that since I generated a lot of content and experiences, I think I generated something like 300 videos on the topic, wrote a book, etc. I was trying to figure out a way of putting all this together. So I'm going to show you what I mean by this. Let's see if I can find it. Yep. So what I had in mind was a virtual incubator, entrepreneurship incubator, where people could go in and on their own time, at their own pace, with mentor guidance, without mentor guidance, no matter what they know about entrepreneurship, they could make use of this resource. That's the idea. So, as I said, I've seen pretty much anything there is to be seen. For-profit entrepreneurs trying to establish a scalable startup, a small business, people who want to get together and form a community garden and sell the produce or consume the produce. This thing about let's do well and do good at the same time. Let me see if I can become an entrepreneur inside of a large company, etc. And mentors, and all of those could be categorized as beginners, intermediate, advanced. And of course, there are some who think they're advanced, but they're beginners in all categories of this. So I said to myself, why don't I enable people to start off wherever they think they ought to be and kind of hit them with some content followed by some questions, let's say kind of like a little piece of homework, gradually increasing in complexity as they go from beginner to intermediate to advanced all the way to funding. So this is a technique that I deployed when teaching. A student comes to my office, says, I have an idea, what do you think? And no student will ever leave my office without a homework assignment associated with their project. If they don't come back, then they failed at the very first step of resilience, so I don't need to waste time with that. And if they come back, I hit them with an even more difficult assignment, basically taking them through these steps. But I realized that, I need to do this in a semi-automated, frictionless manner, where there will be some self-selection as folks go down the line here, using all the many videos that I have created on various topics listed here, but of course also that others have created, particularly Y Combinator's startup school videos. So there's a combination of all of those. I don't know whether this sequence is the right sequence to follow. People may argue about that, but this sequence works for me relatively well in terms of so-called teaching entrepreneurship. And to treat this as a journey where people who participate in this virtual incubator are trying to gain wisdom, as described here, trying to gain some knowledge associated with entrepreneurial process, And the fact that you have to do a bunch of grunt work, like setting up an LLC, creating an operating agreement, calling a whole bunch of potential customers, which is actually in the process side of things as you're validating, even though it, of course, is grunt work. And so why did I make this video? To get your opinion as to whether you see any holes, any flaws in this approach. And if you have videos that you really like that could pop into any one of these journeys at any point in time, feel free to recommend them. And as it grows, I'll try to keep you posted on the progress and the use of this website. Thank you.